Hello students, here I am again with a video lesson continuing the chapter Fractional Numbers for class 4 students. In the last video we have learned introduction of fractions, equivalent fractions and reducing the fraction and variety of sums related to these topics. Now in this video lesson we will learn types of fractions, conversion, comparison of fractions, addition and subtraction of like fractions. So let's begin learning types of fractions. So here are the types of fractions. First one, in fact I'll give you the names of all the 6 types of fractions we'll be learning in this chapter. Like fractions, unlike fractions, proper fraction, improper fraction, unit fraction and mixed fraction. So a better way of learning this is by a comparative study. If we'll compare the fractions. So here like and unlike fraction, the first two fractions are reverse of each other. Alright students, are reverse of each other. First is like fraction and then unlike fraction. Fractions having the same denominator are called like fractions. As you can see in the example here, 2 upon 7, 3 upon 7, 5 upon 7, each having the same denominator. Okay, so you understood now? Numerator is the upper number, and denominator is the lower number. So you just focus on the denominator, which is the same. Unlike fractions, fractions having different denominators. Now take the examples of unlike fraction here. 2 upon 9, 5 upon 8, 4 upon 5. All the denominators you can see are different. So in a comparative way you can learn like means same denominator and unlike means different denominators. Let's move on to the next types. Yeah, proper fraction. Again, these two fractions also you can learn in a comparative way. Proper fractions are the fractions with numerator smaller than the denominator. And improper fractions are the fractions with numerator greater than the denominator. Okay, greater or equal to, two things are there. Okay, so examples of the proper fraction where the numerator is smaller. We can say right like the numerator is smaller than the denominator. You can see 1 upon 2, 1 is smaller than 2. 3 upon 4, 3 is smaller than 4. 4 upon 5, 4 is smaller than 5. Now, improper fraction has two conditions to follow. First one, numerator should be greater than the denominator. Okay, alright. And also equal to. I have made an equal to sign also. Okay, both the conditions, if it satisfies, no, then it is an improper fractions. So look at this first one. 5 upon 4, 5 is greater than 4. 3 upon 2, 3 is greater than 2. And this is 4 upon 4. I said if the numerator is equal to the denominator also, that time also we can say it's an improper fraction. So in the third case, 4 and 4, both the numerator and denominators are equal. That means it is improper fraction. Alright students, let's get to the last two types of fractions. First is unit fraction. Now fractions having numerator as 1. All the fractions with numerator 1 are called unit fractions. Examples are 1 upon 2. You can see the numerator is 1. This is numerator, and then denominator. You can see all the numerators are 1. 1 upon 3, 1 upon 7. All these are unit fractions. Now mixed fractions. Fractions which is a combination of a whole number and a proper fraction. Mixed fraction, as the name said, is a mixture. Mixture of what? Two things. One is the whole number. Whole number means a complete number. Okay, it's a complete number. It is not in the form of a fraction. It's a complete number. Like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All these are whole numbers. Continue. Alright. Now, and this fraction which is attached to this whole number is a proper fraction. So what was the definition of a proper fraction? Numerator smaller than the denominator. You can see 1 is smaller than 2. Alright, so here 5 How to read this? You say 5 2 upon 3, 16 2 upon 5. So this is the way of writing a mixed fraction and reading. Okay, so that is a combination of a whole number and a proper fraction. So these are all the types of 6 types of fractions in the chapter. All right, now with all this knowledge which I had given you, you can solve this fill in the blanks also and write down the answers here. If you're able to solve it, that means you've understood these types of fractions. Now moving ahead with the next topic is conversion. So here in this chapter we will learn 2 types of conversion. Conversion of mixed fraction into improper fraction, and the reverse of this, that is from improper fraction to mixed fraction. Alright students, mixed to improper and improper to mixed we will learn. So just now we are learning from mixed to improper. So here's an example in front of you. There's a method of doing it, students. Just remember this method. 2 1 upon 3. We have to multiply first step, multiply the whole number with the denominator. So what is the whole number? 2, and what is the denominator? 3. So the answer is 6. Now whatever is the product, you know, answer of multiplication is the product, no? So whatever is the product, second step, what we have to do? To this we have to add the numerator. That is 6 plus 1, that is equals to 7. Now 7 is your new numerator. What is that? 7 is your new numerator. Is it clear, students? Alright. Now, and what was the denominator here? So this was the denominator. So what is the fraction? What is an improper fraction which we got from here? We got 7 as a new numerator, and the denominator remains the same, that is 3. So this is your way of doing. Okay, so what you have to do, first you have to multiply the whole number with the denominator, and then whatever the answer you are getting here, to this answer you have to add the numerator. Okay, and then you will get a new numerator. Okay, now, and the denominator remains the same. So what was the denominator here? 3. So 3. So this is the way of doing converting mixed into improper fraction. Now let's study this. Conversion of improper fraction to mixed fraction. Alright, for this there is a simple formula which you have to remember. Quotient will be the whole number, remainder and divisor, remainder upon divisor, that will make a proper fraction, because mixed fraction is a combination of a whole number and a proper fraction. So whole number will be made by the quotient, and the proper fraction will be made by the remainder which is left upon the divisor by which we are dividing. So let's take this example. 11 upon 5. How to convert that? First of all, I will divide 11. I told you fraction can be written as in the form of division form also, that is 11 divided by 5. So I will divide 11 by numerator by the denominator, that is 11 by 5. 5 2s are 10. So how much is the remainder? 1. Now how to put it up in the form of a mixed fraction? Mixed fraction is always, I'm writing the short form of mixed fraction, is always the combination of what? A whole number. So here 2 will make the whole number, and a proper fraction. A proper fraction means what number will make the proper fraction? So when we do any division, it always shows that whatever is the quotient is the whole number, whatever is the remainder, that means if it was 5, then we could have carried out the division, but now just now it's only 1. That means we have got 1 part out of 5. We just got 1 part out of 5. That means these 2 will make the fraction. How much is left now? 1. And what was the total? 5. So 1 upon 5, like this. So what was the formula? So this answer is satisfying the formula. Quotient, 2 is the quotient. You can see this is the quotient. This is the remainder. And what is the remainder here? Remainder is 1. You can see 1 is the remainder. And what is the divisor here? Divisor is 5. So I can write here D for divisor. Divisor is this. Is it clear? So this is the way of converting a proper fraction into mixed fraction. Alright students, so here is some activity for you. You can just carry on with this, okay, and try to solve it with the information given to you. Okay, first is encircle the like fraction. Now just see how many 5, 5, 5, 3. So these 3 are the like fractions. Alright, then 2 more like fractions are there, that is 1 upon 7 and 6 upon 7. These 2 are also like fractions, so you can circle these 2 also. Alright students, now encircle the proper fraction. That means numerator smaller than the denominator. Look at this, 1 is smaller than 2. Now second is not right, that second is improper, not proper. You have to search for proper fraction. Second is improper, third is improper, fourth, yes, this one is proper. 7 upon 8, yes, this one is proper. 9 upon 11, yes, this one is proper. Then the next is not, and then last one is proper, 5 upon 7. Alright students, numerator should be less than the denominator in case of proper fraction. Now in mixed fraction, you know, it's a combination of a whole number and a proper fraction. So this is the mixed fraction, this is the mixed fraction, this is the mixed fraction, and this is the mixed fraction. So in this way you have to do this activity. Okay, and again here the improper, first you have to convert into mixed, no? So what you have to do, you have to divide 19 by 3. So 3 6, how many times 3 will go in 19? 6 times. 3 6 18 minus 1 is left, and you know the formula QR upon D. So what is the quotient here? That will make the whole number, and the remainder upon divisor will make the proper fraction. So this way the answer is this. Alright, and then converting mixed into improper. So simple way I have taught you. Once again I am telling you, first you have to multiply the whole number with the, this 2 you have to do whole number with the denominator, and whatever is the answer you have to add 7 to it. So first step you can write here 5 multiplied by 8, and whatever will be the answer you have to add 7 to it, and denominator will remain the same, that is 8. So here what you'll get, 40 plus 7 upon 8, and that will be 47 upon 8. So this way you'll get the answer. Alright students, so this way you can practice all the sums here. Alright, now our next topic is comparison of fractions. What is that? Comparison of fractions. Yes, so here there are 4 types of sums you'll get under this heading. Okay, 4 types of comparison I've written here. First is when you will get like fractions to compare. That means when the denominators are the same, then how to find out which is which fraction is greater. Then if the numerator, okay, the fraction with greater numerator is greater fraction. Okay, all right, fraction with greater numerator will be greater. So you can just have a look at this example here. This is 3 upon 7 and this is 5 upon 7. With the look only you can see that which is greater. Yes, this is greater. So what we concluded from the first type of conversion, that if the numerator is greater, then it will be greater. So that means 4 upon 5. This is greater. Okay, and then here it is 7 upon 11. This is greater. Then here 12 upon 13. This is greater. Alright students, okay. Now moving on to our next conversion here. As you can see here students, if the fractions are unlike, that means denominators are different and the numerators are same, then what we will do students? We will just see here, take this example here. That means 5 are shaded here. This one is also shaded and this one is also shaded. Now looking at this fraction, which is greater? Now, if the numerators are same, then in the denominator, whichever is smaller value will be greater. So looking at this fraction, you can say, yes, this is, in this so many blocks are empty and in this just 3 blocks are empty. Okay, so which is a greater fraction? This one is the greater fraction. So we concluded that if the numerators are same, then in the denominator, the value is less, then it will be greater. Okay, in this both the numerators are same, that and 11 is smaller than 13, that means this is a greater fraction. In this is a greater fraction. In this is the greater fraction. All right, then the third type of question, if you are not getting numerators also same, no, neither the denominators, then what you'll do, you will do a cross multiplication. Okay, so in this case what you'll do, you will do a cross multiplication. You will multiply 3 by 6 and 5 by 4 like this, 3 upon 4 and 5 upon 6. Now for this you will multiply 3 with 6 and 5 with 4. So 3 6s and here 5 4s. Here you will get 18 and here you will get what? 20. Okay students, so here, so which is greater? 20 is greater now, so that means this side fraction will be greater. That means in this case what will be greater? If I'll just write here like this, 5 upon 6 will be greater. So this way you can carry out the other sums also. Now moving ahead, just see this is the fourth type of conversion, in which first, that is a mixed and the other fraction is compared. So first you have to convert what? Mixed fraction into an improper fractions. Now you got what? 29 upon 6 in this case. Now this 29 upon 6 we have to compare with this 17 upon 8. So both are unlike fractions, both numerator and denominator, nothing are same. So what you'll do? Cross multiplication and find out. Okay, so here 232 and here 102. So which is greater? The first fraction is greater. So in this way, again you can do, first you have to convert this mixed into improper. So the answer you will get is 5 upon 4 and then here it is 3 upon 4. So now which is greater? Denominators are the same. So that means 5 upon 4 is greater. Just convert the improper fraction in mixed fraction into improper fraction and then you can compare. Okay students, with the previous three methods given in the previous page here. Okay, this method, if both the numerators and denominators are unlike, then you can do it like this, cross multiplication. If the numerators are same, then the denominator, the smaller value will be bigger. Okay, and if it is a like fraction, then in the numerator whichever is greater is bigger. All right, so now moving ahead with the next topic here, addition of fractional numbers. Addition of fractional numbers with the same denominator. That means these are what? These are like fractions. So in like fractions, very simply you just have to take the common denominator, because both have 7 7. Take the common denominator and you just have to add the numerator. This is the formula, sum of the numerators upon the same denominator. That means this is 6 upon 7. Okay, like this you can carry on. All right, this is a big number, so what we'll do here, you have to add 16 plus 17 plus 28 upon 90. So denominator will remain the same, 90, and after adding all these three numbers you'll get the answer here, 61. You can add it in the rough column, placing one below the other the numbers, and you'll get here what? 61. All right students, so this is the way of adding a like fraction. Now here, subtraction of fractions with the same denominator. Again, with the same denominator means it's a like fraction. So for subtraction also, you have to find the difference between the numerator and the denominator will remain the same. So in this case also, denominator will be the same. I will take one common here and then I will subtract the numerators. 17 minus 2, that is 15. And now whenever we are doing addition and subtraction, it's better if you will reduce the answer. You're getting 15 upon 21, you know you can reduce the answer. In two tables you can start start with 2, the smaller number. Yes, these two are odd numbers, it will not go in the table of 2. Then go ahead with the next number, 3. Yes, you know 15 goes in the table of 3 and 21 also goes in the table of 3. So what I'm going to get the answer here, 15 divided by 3 is how many times it will go? 5 times. And 21, how many times it will go? 7 times. So this is your final answer. So it's very good that answer you should always put up in the form of a reduced form. Okay, in a reduced form. All right. Okay, and if it is an improper fraction, give it in the form of a mixed fraction, the answer. All right, So here this way you should follow and do these remaining sums here. Alright students, now we have the last type here. Students, fill in the boxes to make the statements true. Now here there are two types of sums I have picked up. Okay, now let us do the second one first. So here, if the first number is missing, then how to find this out? First number is what always students? It is minuend. It is minuend. It is minuend. Now minuend is what? Now we have learned a formula for the verification of subtraction. We have learned a formula, no? This is a formula we have learned, that if you want to find minuend, what you have to do? You have to add difference plus subtrahend. This is the formula. Learn it. Okay, this I had given in your to you in your subtraction chapter also. So what is the difference here? 25. And what is the subtrahend? This is the subtrahend and this is difference. So what is the subtrahend here? 45. And when you will add it, what you will get here? You will get here 70. Okay, 70. That means here the answer is 70. Okay, you can just find it, you can just check it also. 70 minus 45, what you're going to get here? 5. And the 6 minus 2 here, 25. Yes, so our answer is correct. Okay, now you know that minuend is equals to difference plus subtrahend. So here what is missing here now? Here the subtrahend is missing this time. Subtrahend is missing. So just take one simple example. Just take one simple example. If I have 5 chocolates, how many I should give so that it will become 3? Very simple example I've put in front of you. So what you'll do is, this is the main number. Minuend is the main big number from which we are subtracting. So now I have left, the difference is 3 I got. So how to find this number? What I'll do is 5 minus 3. That will be equal to 2. That means the answer, what will come here? 2. If I'll subtract 2 from 5, I will get the answer 3. So this is the way of finding a subtrahend. That means what you have concluded from here? That means if you will subtract difference from the minuend, you will get what? Subtrahend. So subtrahend will be equal to always minuend minus difference. So what is the minuend here? This is the minuend, this is subtrahend, and this is the difference. So what is the minuend here? 27 minus 11. And so what you're going to get here? 16. Alright, what you're going to get here? 16. Is it clear, students? So this is the answer here. So the missing number will be 16 here. Alright, students. So this is the way of doing this problem. Okay. Now here. Alright, students. Now here, students, in the end of this video lesson, you have all the answers here. I have put up an answer key for you. Okay, so go through all this answer key given here for all the practice work which I had given. Okay, and if you're getting all correct here, then you're very good for you. Well done. And if anything is wrong here, please do the correction. I hope you have understood the chapter.